Hey, everybody. Welcome to this day. Sokbai, Timipsua. That's how we say hello in Cambodia. I see Chalet is in the house. Chalet is in the house. Um, Normally, if you're watching this on replays, whenever, but when I go live, it's normally on Tuesday nights. So I apologize. It is now Wednesday night or Wednesday morning, but Chalet figured it out. Good. And so yeah, I'm excited. Why is there a shadow? Oh, okay, it's some hair. All right. It's like, what's that on my forehead? Um, okay. So of course we could talk about Gen X or anything like that, but I thought, well, maybe we could like catch up on true crime stories or different news things happening around the world. Um, so if you have anything on your mind, Chalet, please um, let me know. Yesterday, just an update. Um, one of the things that just like disrupted my routine, and so I missed Tuesday's live, is because um, my son, uh, long story, ended up getting a job and with meals and a bed. So he's going to be working at a shipyard along the river here in Phnom Penh, and um, it's a Navy shipyard, and they're just going to, I don't know, have him fixing things and stuff. So excuse me, that's just a sneeze. It happens when you got 9 cats in the house and 2 dogs in the yard. Um, there's always something to sneeze about. Oh goodness! So I've got a few tabs open. Um, Chalet, thank you. Would you like to come on, or do you want to just stay in the chat? Because I can give you the link if you want to come aboard. Just let me know, and then I've got some tabs open here just to at least get us started, and then we'll just ramble wherever we end up going. Um, it's kind of quiet and true crime, but there's like still some stuff, trickling around. Um, okay, so I'm just gonna get ready. Okay, just stay in chat. Okay, here we go. So we'll use this layout, and we don't need the audio, so I'm just going to share the entire screen. So here we go. So first up, Kylie Rodney. You guys, wait. Oh, so I have to stay here because if I come back over here, then it's this. All right. So I've noticed that Squirrels on Fire is like really starting to dig again into Kylie Rodney. Um, for anyone who doesn't know, um, she died. Uh, she went missing first in Truckee, California. She was missing. Everyone was searching for her. Um, what's the name of the guys? The search guys. Let me check the comments. One gaslighting story. I know for sure, huh? Did she? I don't know if we can believe anything about that story. Exactly. Um, Oops, no, you don't want to see my jigsaw puzzle that I did. um, yeah, so they found the car and her car her car. I mean, there's so much speculation about every point of the story. Was this right? Was this not right? Um, is this lied about? There's I mean, and then Upchurch, Ryan Upchurch was really involved on YouTube, not involved in California. Um, the lodge is up for sale, by the way. Speaking of Ryan Upchurch, so he was a guest on Squirrels on Fire, and because I just popped in. It was live, so I thought, okay, I'll pop in over the weekend, I think. And they were talking about how the lodge is for sale, and there's like, Ryan, just buy it, buy the lodge, and then we can, you know. So I don't know if he will or not. So much speculation. Is it her car or not her car? Is she real or not real? Human trafficking or not human trafficking? Is Tony Podesta involved or not involved? Um, and stuff. It's so I don't think we have any. Yeah, CNY covers it well. Yeah, she's still going on it, um, and all of it's suspect. I know, I know. Ryan Upchurch's kind of interesting. Oh, you know what? I should probably like click on your comments, because unless for some reason it defaults to showing the comments, I did not go and actually turn on the setting that says show all the comments on the replay. So if someone's watching this on replay, they might not be able to see the comments. So I'll try to click on your comments and put them up, because if they're up here, then yes, people will see them. All right. Idaho 4 murders. So these are 4 college students, these 4 right here. The 3 girls were roommates in the house. This is the house. And one of them had the boyfriend over, and so they all got murdered. This man, Brian Koberger, has been arrested for the murder. And this one has so much, speculation and inconsistencies. There's so many inconsistencies that cause people to end up speculating, and we just don't have any information. I don't know. I think the trial's not supposed to be until October or something. Let me check on your comments. Where's Andy? And come on, Mabel. Yeah. And now that's another crazy thing. How did he do all that by himself and not have blood on him? Yeah. And how do we know? If I put the comments up, then you guys can't see me. Sit up high. Okay. Sit up straight, shoulders back, chest out, stomach in. That's what my grandmother used to always say. Yeah. Was there blood? Was there not blood? How do we know if he had blood on him? Well, I'll tell you one thing about crime scenes, because I read a lot of Patricia Cornwell, and I know a lot of people, it's like, armchair detectives or whatever. You read some crime novels and you think you know everything, but Patricia Cornwell goes into a lot of forensic detail. In fact, her novels are what inspired the CSI TV show, which she almost sued them over, but then for some reason she decided, I think she didn't want to incur her own legal, the battle would be so costly that I think she decided not to. But she totally could have sued them. Anyway, so yeah, am I an expert? No. But do I know a lot? Yes. And one of the things is the blood trail and the blood. Okay. 4 people were killed with a knife, stabbed, slashed. We don't know the exact extent of their injuries, but 4 people dead. There are blood trails in that house, because even if the only way he could leave the house without being bloody is if he was already in some kind of hazmat suit or PPE, personal protective equipment, right? PPE. He had to have already been in something, done the murders, had a bag, and then took it off, put it in the bag, and then walked out. It's the only way that you could actually leave without having all the blood, right? And but guaranteed, whoever killed 4 people with a knife, whatever they were wearing while they were doing it was covered with blood. There is blood splatter. There is blood on the floor. There's going to be, the police know exactly how the killer, whether it's Brian Koberger or someone else, they know exactly who was killed first, which room went, did he go upstairs to the two girls upstairs, or did he kill the two downstairs first? Whatever. They know. They're just not telling us. Let's see your comments. Unless he showered at the house, which according to the whole supposed timeline, which I'm not going to like exactly what it was, but the police are saying there was like it got narrowed down to a 17-minute, if I recall, window around 4 a.m. And I think they're partly going by the security camera on a neighboring house that actually heard the dog barking and heard whimpering. I don't think it was screaming. I think it was whimpering. And then the witness, there's two girls that were in the house that weren't killed. Initially, the police were saying that they were sleeping, right? And that there's 3 levels on the house. The middle level was the girl and her boyfriend. The top level was the two girls, and then there's the bottom level, which the police initially said both witnesses were in the bottom level. Everybody was speculating about the construction of the house, how they wouldn't have heard anything, blah blah blah. Then it turns out that on the middle level, one of the girls, so even if the downstairs was her bedroom, she was sleeping in the spare bed. There's 2 bedrooms on that middle floor. She was sleeping in the other bedroom on the middle floor. Now, she, in her police affidavit, once we had that information, said she heard something, didn't sound right, opens the door and looks, closes the door, opens the door and looks again. I think it was the third time. It's either the second or the third time she opens it and she sees a man in a black ski mask walking by, doesn't kill. The only way he could have walked by her would be if and not kill her too, is if he didn't see her. Because there's enough people who are professionals that have said the killer would not have left a witness. Christine, where are you? Hey, Mom, where are you? I sent her the link. So if she's awake, because it's early okay, so it's 10 Eastern, 7 a.m. So yeah, she could be up, but she might not have seen any messages yet. Anyway, so there's that story. Idaho 4 murders. That's still, people are still talking about that. Maui fire. How would you like to talk about that? You want to know something very, very, very interesting I just found out? There's been, okay, Maui fire police chief. Let me put that in here. Police chief. This guy. Police chief. John Pelletier. I am going to friggin' blow your mind with this. I just learned this. Okay. Does that name ring a bell? Probably not. I wouldn't have caught it. Okay. So let me put John Pelletier. So everything's all about Maui right now. How about if I add Las Vegas? So okay. Let me if I take out police chief, can I? Can you see this Facebook caption right here? Captain John Pelletier of the Las Vegas blah, 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 police. He was the police chief during the, what's this say? Case study, Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino incident on October 1st, 2017. What? Okay, well, go play with that down there. There, go. The police chief in Maui was the police chief at the time of the Las Vegas shooting. Could be a coincidence. Could be a coincidence. Oprah and Friends. Yeah. I heard she's there with camera crews walking around. Okay. Have you seen Cinema Shogun's latest thing on Maui? I don't know if it was the latest, but it was the last one I just saw before this show. Yeah, he might have been a crisis actor. Okay. So, talking about Oprah, what's Oprah kind of famous for right now? Human trafficking with her girls thing in Africa and stuff and whatever, right? The kid, okay, there were these hurricane force winds. Chalet, you're from Florida. You know, the hurricane force winds are 76 miles per hour, I believe, 76 or 78. You can correct me if I'm wrong. And the winds were 80 miles per hour. So that's hurricane force winds. And they were worried about fire, there could be a fire. It would be bad with these hurricane force winds. They sent the kids from school. They closed the schools and sent all the kids home while all the parents were working. So you had all these kids home alone. How do kids respond in an emergency? Let me tell you another thing I learned over the last few days from witnesses and stuff speaking. I've been trying to get as much like not international news coverage, but like local people talking. Do you realize that from the time the fire started to the time it hit the water and everybody's jumping into the ocean was 17 minutes. 17 minutes. And everything was burned. What you see now in all the pictures, oh my God, help them. Yeah. And you haven't, she faked her. So Oprah faked her childhood story. I hadn't heard that, but it doesn't surprise me. And you guys haven't had fires with your hurricanes. So all these pictures. So here, I go with this guy. I go back again. These pictures of this absolute destruction. Look at this one. This absolute destruction was 17 minutes. All of that was done in 17 minutes. It also reminds me a lot of the same fire that Pam got burned out of in California. The Paradise? Was it the Paradise fire? It was a P. I think it was Paradise. Let's see your comments. She said she played with cockroaches as pets. Lied about everything. Oh yeah. So the way that the houses are just, there's nothing left. They're just ashes. Here's another picture like this. Everything is complete rubble. That Paradise fire was also like this, which also, now you look at this, to me, this part's a normal fire. Okay. You still have some structure. There's something metal tanks here. That's weird that these these 5 blue umbrellas didn't burn. But look at these trees right next to them, scorched. Everything on this side, everything on this side, all those cars lined up that people couldn't get. I did see one video with someone who was in a car. You could see the blue sky. You could see the blue sky. They turned the phone. I think the mom was probably driving, and her son or somebody, was holding a camera. Looked at the buildings burning. Looked forward again, and you could not see. You could not see. It was so black, and there was just turn this way, 30 seconds, look back, you can't see any blue sky. And she was one of the people that was saying, like, we're not going to die like this, um, all these cars. So there's a lot of talk. Thank you, Chalet. Yes, this is exactly where I was going, about directed energy weapons. They exist. Okay. I mean, it's not like you can say, oh, you're a conspiracy theorist for even talking about the weapons. They do exist. The military has them. Did they happen here? I don't know. But I'll tell you, my first thought when I first saw images of the fire was, did this town, did they put in smart meters? That's the question I want to know. Were they making it a smart town, and all the houses had smart meters? Because if the answer to that is yes, then I would think, okay, it's something fishy, because I believe that they can send a power surge and every bit of wiring in your house explodes at the same time. That can happen. And I think that happened at Paradise, because the amount of destruction was so complete. Forest fires are normal. I grew up in California. The forests need fires to regenerate. There are certain seeds that will not they like germinate without the heat from a fire. So a normal forest fire will yes, it'll burn and it will be destructive, but it doesn't melt metal. I mean, it doesn't turn everything to ashes. I mean, there's usually still trees that are standing, there's new growth. That's a normal forest fire. The things that are happening are not normal, and they're not climate change. And that's another, like, the way when the national media is pushing a narrative. What do they call those? 15-minute cities, I believe, because everything you need is within a 15-minute walk. I believe it's walking and not driving. Climate change BS. Exactly, and is the climate in trouble? Sure. Is it because, but why, what is the cause of climate change? Go look up DARPA. Go look up HAARP. That's with 2 A's, HAARP. It's an acronym. So you could put dots if you wanted, H.A.A.R.P. It does exist. I think, Chalet, you in Florida should be familiar with sometimes the way the hurricanes move, or the way they build or don't build. Uh, they used to be very predictable. Once there was a tropical storm, and they know the ocean temperature, and it's going to be going over this, and the temperature is going to make it go up or go down, you know. Meanwhile, the elites live it up. Yep. For sure. And then the children. So you've got all these children home from school, 17-minute fire to ashes. Are they going to know where to go, what to do, how to what you can go to your neighbor's house? They're probably not even home. Which way do you run? 17 minutes. Could you outrun that kind of fire? Even if you just went from whatever house you were in and tried to, what direction the ocean is, and you were going to try and run to the ocean, can you run that fast? 17 minutes? Plus smoke inhalation? So either, and so the locals are talking about this. If you, either they're dead, or Cinema Shogun brought it up, which with my mind, I'm surprised I didn't leap there. Did somebody come in and scoop up the children for human trafficking? They can swim and fight off sharks. 8 hours in the water, some of those people stayed. And it happened at 5:30 at night, or around between 5 and 5:30 in the evening. It was still daylight. Something's off. The thing is, something is off. Is it DEWs? Is it just the power? The winds blew a power line down and it sparked something, and then the winds carried. I don't. And immediately, people are coming from outside trying to buy all the property, and the locals, they're saying, "Leave us alone. We're grieving. Just leave us alone." And then you have like another local saying, "Hey, if they try to call you and bully you about selling your land, get their name, get their address, get as much information as you can from them, send it to me, and I'll blast them." I mean, they're so angry about it, and that I'll give Pam credit from Muse News, and when she talked about having survived the Paradise Fire, that it was a big land grab. She owned property. She owned a trailer that she lived in. It was a nice home. It got burned down. The insurance wouldn't, there was no settlement from the electric company. There was no, and she lost everything. Still had her dog. Seven, beyond horrifying, $700 per household is what the government's giving them. Yet for the Ukraine, they're sending them like $1 billion. And took their jobs away. There's no businesses, and everything is burned. And then, but there's still a hotel or two that didn't get burned down, and they're letting people who have reservations come in to go to the hotel, but they're not letting family members of residents get to their family members to help them. Biden wouldn't even comment. I heard that he just said no comment, and people are angry about that. Trump did, though. What did Trump say? I didn't hear. Because like I said, I haven't been watching the national news. But so it's a tragedy. It's a real tragedy what's happening there, and it stinks. It really stinks. There's more to it that probably involves land grab and wealth grab and um, the whole build back better thing. That's the World Economic Forum. They started saying that during COVID. Build back better. uh, it's and even if you look at CERN and Shiva, the goddess of destruction, you have to destroy everything so that you can rebuild out, be a phoenix out of the ashes or something. Ugh. Any human would do. Only want to send more money to Ukraine. It's so insulting. Absolutely. Absolutely. So Trump said all good things. Okay. You know. Well, we change the story. Remember, we talked before about the guy from North Korea. He was a U.S. soldier that defected and just walked across the border into North Korea. And we talked about the story a little bit. Well, he's in the news again because it says um, that North Korea has released a statement. Um, so nobody like heard his voice saying a statement, but it was like a press release from North Korea that he said he had become disillusioned with America, that he was being treated with racism in the military. So there was a lot of racism in the military, but nobody knows whether or not they can actually believe what North Korea is saying, or if they're just saying it to make everyone believe that. So that was interesting. Yeah. I mean, that one too. I mean, it was like he he was arrested in South Korea for assault, right? Wasn't it physical assault on somebody? He got in a fight with somebody like in South Korea. He was in South Korea jail. The military said, no, give him back to us. We'll take him back to the US for a court martial. And so he's in custody. They take him to the airport. And then the airline, for some reason, says he can't board. I don't remember. He didn't have his paperwork or whatever. And an airline person escorted him out of the airport, but then nobody saw like where he went. And then that's when he ended up getting to the border and walking across into North Korea. And then it's like, you're in jail, you're in custody, you're being escorted to a plane. I mean, I live in Cambodia. I live in a foreign country. I know people that have been deported, and the government itself doesn't let you out of their sight. They're not going to let you leave the airport. They're going to make sure you get on that plane. So whether it was his military escort or a South Korean government escort or what, just that story's fishy as well. Fishy. That's our topic tonight. Fishy. What's fishy? Kylie Rodney's fishy. Idaho 4 is fishy. Maui Fire is fishy. North Korea guy is fishy. What else is there? What other stories are happening? I'll look them up. Oh, this was interesting. So I had left this here. Flash mob robberies. Nike store in East LA is targeted weekly by thieves, the Los Angeles Sheriff Department says. So brazen thieves have been ransacking the LA Nike store in front of shocked shoppers. she sells seashells at the seashore. Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear, but he wasn't fuzzy, was he? No. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled pepper. Sorry. Okay. Yeah. So like, what the heck? Because we know that there's been incidences of like druggies and whatever going into. I mean, like in Portland and San Francisco and on the East Coast, Walmarts and shops, they're closing their doors. You know, you have a restaurant named Fish Lips out of the port. You should go for dinner. Fish Lips. There's one named Squid Lips too. I don't know what Squid Lips look like. I had a pastrami sandwich for my lunch today. I'm so excited. I've been waiting an entire month to have a pastrami sandwich. It's rare. I mean, because well, obviously it's not, nobody sells pastrami in Cambodia, but it's very high priced if you get packaged pastrami, like sandwich slices. And then, but nothing like the way we're used to having like this much meat on a sandwich. This had a big clump that big in the middle, and then it kind of tapered. But Reuben sandwiches, yeah. I thought it was going to be a Reuben sandwich. I mean, I thought the last time, it's a place called Digby's in Phnom Penh, and I thought that it was going to be a Reuben sandwich, but they had pastrami sandwich. Oh, okay, that's good. Your mall here is dead. Yeah, and apparently this is at a mall, and they're doing flash mob robberies, where everybody just boom goes at once, grabs everything, and then leaves. Did I make ice cream yet? Okay. The weirdest thing, something's going on with dairy. I had the day before, I was trying to get milk, and we have a local dairy, and there's like these big sections of no dairy. Maybe there's some like yogurt or some little bottles of orange flavor and chocolate flavor and strawberry flavored like milk things or whatever. And in Cambodia, they actually have like cartons of milk that are like juice boxes, like the juice boxes, and you got the little straw that you stick in them. And so they don't need to be refrigerated. Until it's open. So you always have the box of milk that you can get. They're like quart. I mean, it's a liter. So what's a liter? I don't know. More than a quart, but less than a half gallon size. And so so there's that milk available. I got one, but it was like all empty. And so then the store I went to, their dairy section was like empty, and their freezer section wasn't ice cold. All of the ice cream containers were soft. So like a pint of Ben and Jerry's is $10. It was at least $10. And they had some Ben and Jerry's, and they had like Mars bar flavored as well. But they were all soft. And I thought, oh, that's not going to be good. And they didn't have any cream so that I could because I was going to buy a carton of cream. They did have a can of whipped cream. So I got a can of whipped cream. But they had Klondike bars, like a pack of 6 Klondike bars that were mint chip ice cream. And it was kind of soft, but so I grabbed those. Oh, and they had the pint of of the Mars bar, but then they had like ice cream Mars bars that are like a bar, like a candy bar shape ice cream flavored like a Mars bar in a pack of 6 or something. So I got one of those as well, one of those packages of 6. So I have the Klondike bars and the Mars bars. Yes, shouldn't be song. Wait. Rubens, did you make the ice cream yet? Not in this small town, they won't. Oh, have the box milk? Or they won't run out of milk? Oh, yeah, they don't have to tell us anymore if we're getting that fake meat. Screw that in America. I know, huh? Yeah, here, they, if you go to the local market, there's they bring the chickens in live and slaughter them. So it's real meat. It's not grown in a lab. uh, so I'm not there that early in the morning to see that, thank goodness. But there's no grab and go here in this small town. Oh, I see. Okay. So not in this small town, they won't. Yeah, didn't it was it Jason Aldean or somebody did a country song about don't even think about doing that here kind of thing. I just saw the headlines. I haven't watched the video. I don't know what the lyrics of the song are, but I guessed it was like, don't try to pull any of your stuff here because we take care of our own and we believe in God, guns, and country, right? And family. Yeah. And then everybody's getting all angry about the song. But that made it was a Streisand effect, right? If you don't know the Barbara Streisand effect, there was a photographer. Um, I don't know if this was when there were drones, if it was like a drone of her property or if it was just a telephoto lens of her property. But so she ended up making a big stink about this photographer trying to get into her, you know, personal property. And then everybody was interested. Nobody cared until she made a stink about it. Whoopi Goldberg. And now she's done. Oh, on The View, like always having like really outrageous talk, calling out other people racist and stuff like that. What did she do to Sharon Osbourne? Her and that other um, redhead lady, Joyce or Judy or Joanne or Joy something. And they were the ones that were being rude and obnoxious. And I mean, the leftoids or woke or whatever, they're all about tolerance and you have to accept us, but they don't accept people. I mean, how do they not see their double standard? The Talk was their show. Oh, I said The View. It's The Talk. Okay. All woke. Yeah, for sure. Crazy days, crazy days. Well, let's see. Let's like update the news again. See what we got as our top stories. Trump claims mystery press conference report clears him of Georgia election charges. Okay, that's an ongoing saga, Honolulu burn unit put to the test by fires in Maui. Yeah. And then the North Korea guy, Ukraine. Blah, blah, blah. What? I got to look for the weird news. No, odd. It's odd news. There we go. UPI, odd news, funny news, strange news. Researchers reconstruct Pink Floyd's song from patients' brainwaves. They've reconstructed a recognizable song solely from brain recordings. Okay. I'll bite the clickbait. Is there So the sound is muddy but musical, and it's all in the all in all, it was just a brick in the wall, whatever. They Ultimately, the research team hopes their findings will lead to more natural speech from brain-machine interfaces that aid communication with people who are locked in by paralysis and unable to talk. Right now, when we do just words, it's robotic. Yeah, the brain-machine interface. You guys got to look up this. Oops. Okay, I mentioned Patricia Cornwell. She started a second series. Um, oh my gosh. Was Let me see. What's this? Dust. Oh no, that was okay. So it's not the Scarpetta. It's not in the Scarpetta series. That's where. Oh my goodness. Bye. What's up? That was like some major barking. Like maybe somebody was on the property, but they're in a dog run, so they can't get out of the dog run. But everything's locked up, so they're not going to get into my house. But um, so there's a book that came out about 2 years ago in a new series, and it involves space. And the main character, it's the second book. The first book in the series, really, the style of writing that she has is great in Scarpetta's series, but in this one, it's like mind overload, and it's just so detailed and so specific and everything that it just kind of. I recommend skipping that one, and so the main character blacks out or whatever, and she's she has a twin sister, and this is all about astronaut stuff and going into space. And while she's out, okay, she wakes up and she has all of this like brain interface stuff. So like Google glasses, that if you wear the glasses, it's like you can see all the computer stuff. It's like they installed that in her eyes, and they installed the Siri, blah, blah, blah kind of thing in her ears or whatever, so she could hear someone talking to her, hear an AI talking to her and stuff. And she's trying to drive, and you say like the GPS, you don't need it in the car because it's in your head and it's telling you to turn here or turn there and everything. And she's trying to deal with being a human and have and not like even having agreed to it. She was like kidnapped and had all this put into her, and she's trying to deal with it. And by the end of the book, she kind of starts becoming a little bit more accustomed to it. And I was like, oh, if anybody wants to understand where this is going, just read this book and you can like experience what it would be like and what they're. Because one thing about Patricia Cornwell, she doesn't write about anything that she hasn't researched first, right? I'll find the name of the book in a second. Let me check. Oh, the Talk had Sharon. Okay. Julie Chen used to run the Talk, but then her husband got in some kind of situation. Now the Talk has two dudes on it. So much for women getting along. Well, wait a minute. How can you have a women's talk show when there's no gender? There's no more feminism. If there's no gender, there's no feminism. Now, of course, I'm being facetious. I don't agree with that, but people like they don't realize the logic of what they're believing. You watch none of that woke crap. We don't need no education. Yeah. But then look what happens. End up with all, actually, it's the woke is because of the education. Okay, again, let me just put space here. Quantum. The Captain Chase series. Okay, that's the girl's name, Captain Chase. And Spin is number 2. So let me click on that. Do. Spin. This is the one where they put all this AI brain interface stuff. She goes out into space and she can communicate directly with mission control, the whatever, right? And so it's a really good book. I'm gonna leave this up here for a second. Can you guys, if I'm here like this, oh, I can't see what it looks like when I'm. We don't need that stinking education that promotes debauchery. That's true. That's true. So I guess my head is about here. So you should be able to see the cover. Patricia Cornwell, there's the author. Spin. Make a note of it. Get it on Kindle. I don't know if it's in paperback yet. That's a good thing to check. Patricia Cornwell, Spin, paperback. Yeah, that is it available on paperback? Barnes and Noble, Spin by Patricia Cornwell, paperback, $16.99 in stock. Or you could go to Thrift Books and get it for $6.99, like $6.69. Of course, I don't know what these pictures. That's not even Patricia Cornwell in the picture, but okay. So Spin. There you go. Amazon, $8.32. So I highly recommend reading Spin. The other one that it mentioned, the Quantum, a thriller. Yeah, I mean the plot was good, but it was. And you know what else is fun? There's a funny twist in both of them, is that because there's this space program thing, and like it's set in Virginia, like near Quantico and all that. You got the CIA, the FBI, the Navy, everything's right there, and the space program thing, whatever. And so Patricia Cornwell makes fake acronyms for all the different departments and things like this that are really funny. That's all I can say. So what else we got? You spin me right round, baby, right round, spin me, blah, 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 whatever. That makes me think of The Wedding Singer. I don't even know who sang that. Andy, who sang that? Let's check it out. You spin. There you go. Dead or Alive. I remember the video, but like, talk about a one hit wonder. Did they ever have any other song? Something in My House, Turn Around, and blah blah blah. No. Look at that big hair of the 80s. There he's barking again. Amazon. I have my Kindle. Here's my Kindle. Here's my Kindle. Isn't it pretty? Da da da. Kindle. So. One named Squid Lips too. Oh, when put that up there. So it's been an hour. Anything else we need to talk about? Oh, let's look at some. Coyote pup interrupts a golf game and at a Massachusetts golf course. Cat found safe after more than 24 hours lost at a Denver airport. Oh my God. I want to see that. Was the cat like luggage, like on an airplane and like put in the carrier and then for 24 hours had no food or water? So I want to see a cat. Oh no, it escaped while boarding the plane. Wait, why was the cat boarding the plane with her owner? The latch broke on her pet carrier and her cat Breezy made a run for it as she was boarding. Breezy fled through the open plane door onto the bridge where she fell through a gap onto the tarmac. The Econo Cat Club of Denver bought Thompson a hotel room for the night so she could remain nearby while the Southwest ramp crew searched for the missing Bengal cat. Oh my gosh. Well, that's a more interesting story than I thought it would be. Oh, shoot. Yeah. All right. So, what else we got? Giant ice ball falls out of the sky and dents the golf course green. You know what my takeaway from that is? It's not the ice ball falling from the sky. It's the who cares that it dented the golf course green. Really? This is in Australia. It left a sizable divot. Of course, you would call it a divot on a golf course. Oh my gosh. Do you see this one? A big snake found in a shopping cart at Target in Iowa. Looks like a boa constrictor. Customers and employees at an Iowa Target store were in for a surprise when a shopping cart with a T brought in from the outdoor corral turned out to already be occupied by a Colombian red-tailed boa constrictor. All right. Never know what you're going to get. Suspected Coati mundus on the loose in Oklahoma. And people citing it are going to say it's a chupacabra. It's kind of a raccoonish kind of creature. It says it's native to South America. Coati, not Coati mundus, but just Coati comes up in crosswords. So I know about it. Oh, look at this. A leopard tries to fight 50 baboons in the middle of this. So 50, a gang of baboons were attacking a leopard. Oh my gosh. Oh, how scary. This very brave leopard thought it was a good idea to hunt a troop of baboons when he immediately regretted it when they beat him up in a major attack. Oh, the 30-year-old accountant and bush lover Ricky da Fonseca captured the entire sighting in Kruger National Park in South Africa and shared it. So, leopard attacked by 50 baboons. If you want to see the video, I'm not going to play it. It'd be too heartbreaking. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's a troop of baboons, by the way, not a gang. It's a troop of baboons. The leopard stealthily disappeared into the grass on the roadside. He was in full stalk mode. Oh, okay. So they're in the cars. They pulled to the side because they saw the leopard leisurely strolling on the side of the road. So he repositioned for a better angle of a photograph or video. And that's when he noticed the troop of baboons playing in the road ahead. So he thought, ooh, this is getting exciting. And given the troop size, I thought to myself, there's no way this leopard will be brave enough. But he surprised me. So as he closed in on the baboons, anticipation hung in the air. Suddenly, with a burst of speed, the leopard sprang from the grass in an attempt to catch one of the baboons off guard. The troop of baboons reacted very quickly. They attacked as a troop. This threw the leopard off, and they capitalized on it, surrounding it, screaming and biting at it. Man, they showed no mercy at all. You ever go to the zoo and see the teeth on baboons? In that moment, I realized I was witnessing something extraordinary. Unsure what the outcome would be, we held our breaths. Luckily for the leopard, the baboons eased off and he was able to escape. With a few bruises and cuts on his body, the leopard ran off. Surely his ego was more hurt than his body. Why are the dogs barking? Maybe they're barking at the frogs? Because the frogs are really loud too. Wow. Let's see what you're saying. Animal Kingdom is harsh karma. Oh, that's what you get to go for going into Target. Oh, your homeland is Iowa. Dang, your dog is trying to tell you that Timmy is in the well. Exactly. I know. Woof, woof, woof. Believe me, when I get off here, I'll go outside and check. Okay. What's the next story? Oh, before I go back to the leopards, did you see anything about this riverboat brawl in Alabama? There was a riverboat cruise with the big steamboat riverboat thing, although it might not use steam anymore, but it has the paddle wheel look kind of thing. Oh yeah, paddle boat, not steamboat. Sorry. Anyway, you heard about it, but don't know much. So there is a place along the river that has a dock and has walking ramps, for people in wheelchairs. It's all disabled, accommodating, accessible, for people to get on and off the riverboats. And there are signs marked everywhere that say, boaters do not dock here. These are for the riverboats. It's illegal to dock your boat. You're like a fishing boat or a speedboat or something, right? Private boats. You may not dock here. It's posted. So the riverboat's coming in, and this speedboat size boat was there, and one of the crew, somebody who worked for the riverboat, went to the people to say, hey, you guys got to move your boat. We need to dock. You're not allowed to be here. And they ganged up on him and started beating him up. And then that made a bigger brawl. And then that kind of settled down. But then later, as their boat must have been out of the way, and the big riverboat came up to, the big riverboat was there at the dock. Somebody took a plastic folding chair, well, metal or plastic, but a folding chair, and it was like hitting somebody on the head with it and everything. So it must have started up again. I can hear. I'll put that on this one. Alabama riverboat. Nope, not yet. Boat brawl, they're calling it. So I'll just click on images. So there's the riverboat. Here it says there's one of the signs: no watercraft parking between signs reserved Harriet. And so there's plenty of signs. And where's this guy's little boat? This one shows it clearly. Oh, here's somebody knocking someone upside the head with the chair. But these were this is the boat that wouldn't move. And yeah, it was bad. They arrested a bunch of people. This was the beginning. This guy came running running to this. The guy in the white and black is the guy who works for the riverboat cruise company. This guy is one of the people from the boat, and he literally ran, got up in the air, and just full on boom ran into the guy. Not pretty. And then like more people were all attacking him. Right? Like that's part of here. But then this part, you can see here's the boat. The boat got up to the dock and then stuff was still happening. I don't know why. It's crazy. Just saying. Didn't the woman get punched? Actually, it's a woman in the red. So let me come back here. You see this red shirt? That's a woman that's getting hit with that chair. But then this woman who's right in the boat right now in this blue, she was there in the beginning. And what's this picture? It's just people all over. I don't know. What's this say? Oh, Alabama riverboat brawl memes set to Aldine's small town. Tried that in a small town and found out Montgomery riverfront brawl. Oh, they actually have paddles on them. There's a paddle on that boat. Oh, here's a look at that lady's getting knocked into the water. This guy's coming back off the boat. Oh, this one's down on the ground. Yeah. This one kind of shows. So after that one guy that we just saw came running and just knocked right into this guy. Now you've got like three of them all, three guys and a lady. Oh, here's something. People took the images of the fighting and put it as if it was happening at a pool. Hilarious remake goes viral as they absolutely nail it. Interesting. Oh, here's a shot of like this guy getting hit on the head with the chair. It was horrible. There's that one going in, that one on the ground, closer up. So see, she's part of the boat, so that's why this guy's coming back over. Crazy, crazy, crazy. All right. So now let's go back. See if there's anything else good here we want to. But no, go away. Okay. Just tiny snake rescued from sink drain cover in Pennsylvania. Whoa. I'd be scared, man. I'd be scared. Oh, so it was stuck in there, huh? But if it's a poisonous snake or venomous snake, it just because it's tiny, their venom could still like knock you out. Not good. Raccoon bandit rescued from a jar at an Ohio gas station. Picture or just video? Okay, so I guess we have to play it. You're not going to have any sound. Oh, there's the raccoon. So he's got a jar on his head. Poor thing. Oh. Let's see if they get, well, obviously they get it off. There we go. He's trying to eat jam. Looks like it was eating jam. World's oldest cross-country skier competes at 88. NPS to the rescue, National Park Service, when a truck catches fire twice in Death Valley. Oh, firefighters rescue a deer with a fence wrapped around its antlers. Where's the picture? Give me a picture. There we go. They found the deer entangled. Look at that. Oh. It's probably trying to scratch its antlers. You know, they get that furry fuzz on their antlers, and then they have to scratch on a tree to rub it off and then, like, you know, grow their antlers more. I hope that's a cat. Is that no cat. Maybe that was a mosquito. All right. Well, that looks good, right? We're good. Stop sharing the screen. Cute. Another fine mess. Yeah. That we cause, you know. Anyway, I should do something decorative with that bookcase since it's always in my shot. Oh, yeah. Step by step. Step by step. But all right. Shall we end with a prayer? Dear Heavenly Father, thank you so much for this time that we got to spend, even though it wasn't our normal Tuesday night. And, you know, we pray for Chalet and her grandkids and her family and her pets, and also for Andy and his pets and his family, and being up there in the mountains and in the woods, working with volunteer fire. I mean, there's some fires in Northern California, so we pray that he's safe, and you keep him safe if he's fighting fires, and all the rest of our families. And thank you for giving James a job, and may he keep it and work hard and change his life. May this be the turning point for him, and just keep us in good health and protect us, and as we go on our way. And Mabel, oh my gosh, I was thinking of you, but I forgot to say your name. So there, no, I didn't forget. I just said it. May your healing continue and you join us again soon. In Jesus' name, amen. Love you. Sounds like a good project. Yeah, that's a good project. We'll see if something happens for next week or not. Yep. And so maybe Saturday morning, your Friday night, do it again, you know, because that was fun too, being there on Saturday morning. No promises on the weekend, but if I can, yeah, let's do it. So thanks for joining me. It was good to hang out and just talk about whatever, and I will see you next time. Keep the light on for you. I'll tie a yellow ribbon around my old oak tree as well. On my old palm tree. Love you.